Good evening once again to everyone. Welcome to Quad Drive. I believe everyone is doing good. So today we're just going to talk about something, continue the lessons that we're having last time. Okay. So we are still talking about the Corsia Segnale di Orizzontale, and today we are in a part of the Segnale di Orizzontale which talks about Corsia di Preselezione. So when we talk of Corsia di Preselezione, I'm going to show you what we are talking about Corsia di Preselezione. So if you are new on our channel, please kindly do us a favor by liking and also sharing the videos to your friends so that they can also have what we are sharing across. And if also you can hear me, please do a favor by sharing a comment on the section for me to know if you can hear me so that we'll continue the lessons. All right. So if you can hear me clear, please do us a favor by commenting on the section for me to know so that I will continue. Just forgive me for not coming live continuously, like due to work issues. So that is why I'm not coming on live continuously. Like, all right. So if you can see the screen and you can hear my voice clear, please comment on the section for me to know so that I will continue. If you can hear my voice clear, and also if you can see my screen, please comment on the section for me to continue. Please, can you hear me clear? I want to start. So comment on the section. Let me know if you can hear me clear. All right. So we're just going to talk about Segnale di Horizontale Part 2, and this one is talking about Segnale. This one is talking about Segnale di what? Preselezione. And when you talk of Segnale di Preselezione, it is the lanes that you pre-select before getting to the what? The point or the junction that you are going to curve, or you are going to move from the direction that you are using to the other direction. So segnale di preselezione is simply talking about what? Selecting the lane initially before getting to what? The main junction. So as you can see on your screen, we have this sign here, which is talking about segnale della passe di passaggio livello. So this one here is passaggio livello. And this one is talking about also segnale horizontale. That is why you can see a long white lane in the middle, and also the segnale linear discontinua at the side. This one is just explaining that this red car here going cannot reselect or cannot select again from the lane to the other side of the corsia. This is one carriageway. As you can see on your screen, the road is what? The carriageway is just one. as you can see here. But the red car cannot reselect again. So that means the red car have to be on this lane till the passaggio livello what opens for the red car to pass. And it says that segnale nel represe una passaggio livello. So this one is also segnale horizontale. So when you are talking of segnale horizontale, it is the lanes that are being painted on the road that gives the corsia what information, or that gives the corsia what kind of what identification for the driver to know the kind of lane that he or she supposed to be with his car. So as you can see, this one is what meant for passaggio livello. So mostly you can see it at places that there is what a barrier that the train normally pass for cars to also stop before the cars will what to go. So this one is being seen in what passaggio livello. So it said that segnaletica nel presente una passaggio livello visibile nel fotonato. Questa segnaletica serve a evitare il conducente che si vicine ad una passaggio livello, che può essere con barrier or senza barrier. So this one just speaks to the driver that you are getting to a passaggio livello, which can be of a barrier or not having what a barrier. So whenever you see this kind of lane or this drawing on the floor, you have to know that you are getting toward a passaggio livello. Have it in mind that you are getting toward a passaggio livello. And it says, quindi in presenza di questa segnalite conducente devono prestare molta attenzione all'eventuale sporgere di treno. So you have to be more attentive when you are what? You are getting close to the lane. All right, so we still have another sign here, or we have a diagram here, which is corsia di preselezione. So what is corsia di preselezione? I'm going to read the book and also explain it for you. It says that all right, so it says that corsia di preselezione, anche come corsia di canalizzazione, e servono appunto ad indicare il veicolo in base alla direzione che vogliono prendere. Spese sulla corsia di preselezione sono dipinte dalla freccia per segnale della direzione consentita su ciascuno corsia. So this corsia di preselezione is mostly being seen also in the traffic light. And whenever you see corsia di preselezione at a traffic light, whenever you see corsia di preselezione having a traffic light, you have to be more attentive, because at this point here that you are getting to, or at this place that you are getting to, you can change the lane at the front here. Let me show you the sign here. Okay. So as you can see on your screen here, we're having this corsia here. Yeah. So for example, this one that you are seeing here, which is what? Corsia di what? Preselezione. So if you are going to use your left lane, or you are going to curve to the left hand side, you have to what? Make sure you have already taken the left hand direction before getting to where the linear is continuous. So that is what I was saying initially. Before you get to this particular place that the fracture is. You have to pre-select from left to the right if you are going to what? You are going to use this lane. So that is the corsia de preselezione. So you have to make sure you pre-select the lane that you are going to what? You are going to use before getting to where the linear is continua. So you cannot just come from the lane, the first lane where the blue car is, and come to this place and reselect the lane at the frontier. It is not allowed. So when you talk of corsia di preselezione, this is corsia di preselezione. That means you have to pre-select before. So let me read what the book is saying about corsia di preselezione. It says, la corsia visibile nel foto alto corsia di preselezione, nota che come corsia di canalizzazione servono appunto di incanale il veicolo in base di direzione. That is what I read before. Tutti le tre le corsie rappresentate in figura consentono alla conducente di proseguire dritto. See, all these lanes that you are seeing here, these 3 lanes, it can what? Lead to what? Dritto. So at this very particular point, they have not painted the direction that these lanes are using, that it is obligatory to go left or obligatory to go right. So in the lane or in a diagram like this on the floor, painted on the floor, you can take any direction at this very point here. When you get here, you can go straight. When you get here, you can go right. Or when you get here, you can go left. But as you having a mind of a driver, once you know that you are going to the right hand side, you have to be at this very particular place. And when you know that you are going to the left hand side, you have to be in the left hand direction. If they have not painted the sign or the fracture on the lane, but have it in mind that you cannot select at the point of being in this very particular continual lane here. So you have to pre-select before getting to this very particular point. So this one is called segnale di preselezione. And it's corsia rappresentata in figura consentono la conducente di proseguire dritto. Nello specifico, la corsia di sinistra consente alle conducente di proseguire dritto o di svoltare a sinistra. La corsia in mezzo consente solo di proseguire dritto e la corsia di destra consente proseguire dritto o svoltare a destra. That is what I said initially. This point here, you can go straight or you can go left or you can go right, depending that you have reselected or pre-selected initially before getting to where these long lanes are. This is called linear continua. So that is segnale di preselezione. And this one also talks about freccia direttionale nella corsia di preselezione. This one is talking about freccia di direzione, like freccia di directions. So the difference between this diagram and the first one is that this diagram here have indication fracture on the pavement, which gives the direction that the driver can use at the point of getting to what? The frontier or getting to this junction here. So initially, we all are coming from the direction here. Once you know that you are going to take your right hand side and you are here or you are in the middle, you have to give your navigator or put the luce di direzione, like direction, to move from the middle to the right hand direction. And these signs here are talking about the direction that are like obligated for the lanes to use. So if you take the first lane here, which is the left direction, that means you have to go to the left direction without going straight. If you know you are going straight, you have to be in the middle lane here. And if you know you are going right, you have to be in the right hand direction. You cannot be in the middle and At the front here, you will curve to the right hand direction or curve to the left hand direction. But you can be on the third lane, which is the last lane, and be going straight or also curve to the right hand direction. So this one talks about freccia direzione. That is why they have painted the freccia on the floor, or they have painted the freccia with the white color to indicate that when you get to this junction with the freccia that you have used to this place, you have to what? Follow the directions of the freccia without causing any accident on the road. So what the book is talking about is that freccia direzionale visibile nella foto in alto segnale la direzione permessa è possibile immettersi nella corsia scelta quando le strisce sono ancora discontinua. That is what I said initially. This freccia di direzione gives the direction that you have to be molto attentive, or you have to be what? Selecting the lane before getting to what? The junction. That is what? Freccia di direzione or preselezione. So it says, immettersi nella corsia scelta quando le strisce sono ancora discontinua. When it is discontinua initially, that is when you can what? You can do your pre-selection. So when you get down, when you have gotten to, or when you have got to the junction, you cannot pre-select again. You have to follow the directions. That is what painted on the lane or on the floor. Ancora discontinua, ossia tracciate mentre sono continuo obbligano a seguire la direzione indicata. Le frecce di direzione possono essere completate dalle strisce sulla pavimento che indicano la località raggiungibile. Like also this corsia di preselezione, they can what? They can also write the names of the what? The direction or the names of the places that you are going to on the pavement. For example, on the autostrada, they normally write the locality or the city or the towns that you are getting to on the floor. That is corsia di what? Preselezione. In the cities or in some areas, they can also write the city that you are getting to, that you want to use the direction of the freccia to. So maybe on the floor, on the pavement, they can write maybe Milano or Torino or Genova, any city or any place that they want to write on the floor, for you to know that if you are taking this direction or if you are taking this pre-selection, that is meaning that you are going to enter into the locality or the place that you want to go to. So that is corsia di preselezione. So this is also another part of the corsia di preselezione freccia direzionale. So this one here, as you can see, A, B, C. The first one talks about going left, and the middle one talks about going straight and also going left hand direction. As you can see, the big photo here, the first one is talking about going what? On your left hand side, and the middle one gives or allows the driver to go straight and also take the left hand direction, whilst the right direction here talks about going straight and also going right direction. So the difference between the three segnale or the three diagram we are learning today is that one is talking about that you cannot take the directions in any format that you want once you have seen the direction being painted on the floor. But once there is no diagram or there is no directions on the floor, that means that if you get to the point or the junction, if it is the first lane, you have to take your left-hand direction. If it is the middle lane, you have to go straight. And if it is your right direction, you have to take the right direction to where you are getting to. All right. Thanks to everyone once again. This brings us to the end of today's lessons. If you really love what you are doing and if you really love our lessons here that we are bringing across, please do us a favor by sharing and also like the video. Comment and let's know how we can improve on our videos for you to get more updates and more understanding about what we are doing. See you again, and also try to follow us on TikTok. This is our TikTok name, Quad Nation TV on TikTok. Let's vibe there and also have some subscription to come live for you to have much videos on TikTok. live video. So see you again in our next video. Stay safe and stay blessed. Ciao.